Hello everyone, my name is Deb. Welcome to my channel. It's the best channel on the internet. If you're brand new, please subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, please turn on notifications so you will always know when I go live and when I upload. And you can follow me on all social media at CodeDebYT. So who has been watching this show called The Circle on Netflix? I am so into this show. So what they did with this show, it's a social media reality show. The only thing I can liken it to is like Big Brother, but instead of everybody like living in the same house, they all have, my dream, separate apartments and never have to see each other, and they just communicate with each other over social media. Their own little private social media network. Now, some of them play themselves, and some of them are catfishes and play made-up characters. So I'm going to go through each character. I'm going to tell you what I know about each character, who I like and who I don't like, who I think is going to win. What they did with this series, which I like, is instead of dropping everything all at once, they've dropped them for a week for the first 3 weeks of the year. And the final 4 come out tonight. So maybe even by the time you're watching this, the series will already be over. But we're not going to have any spoilers in the chat. We're not going to have any spoilers on here, but I am going to tell you some secrets that I discovered about the cast and the filming through, really just through getting ready for this live stream, because I was going to just do let's talk about our favorites. But in trying to find some pictures, I discovered a few things about some of these cast members. So I am doing a live stream from my phone, but I'm going to see if I can go into the live control room and see the chat. I don't usually do my live streams like this, so don't quite know how to do it, but let's see. No clue. Well, we'll just keep going. Let's see what happens. Hi everyone, if I type hi everyone. I don't see it. Okay, so let's go through the cast. Now, some of these people have already been eliminated, and some of them are not. And what they've done is something kind of unique, I think, is they brought in a certain amount in the beginning. I think it was like 8 people, 6 people. And then they got rid of people, and then they kept bringing more new people in. So there are people who have made it to the final who weren't even there in the beginning, which to me, it's kind of not fair to the people who were there in the beginning. I don't know if there's going to be like a twist. I'm waiting to see. When have we ever seen a reality show where there hasn't been a twist? I'm hoping there's going to be a twist where some of the people who were eliminated are brought back or something. They've, typical reality show thing. They have challenges. They're all through social media. They never meet in person unless somebody gets eliminated. Then they have the chance to meet one of the other contestants. And sometimes they go to the person who eliminated them, and sometimes they go to like their love interest. These people seem to be able to be looking for love when they come on the show. They all are like, not all, but a lot of them are like fake looking for love, because it's interesting. Anyway, let's go through, and I'm going through the cast. I believe this is the order in which they appeared on the show, in which they entered the workroom, shall we say. So we have the OGs. This is the original cast. So first person in is my friend Chris Sapphire. You can get him on Instagram at Mr. Chris Sapphire. And this has been so exciting. This has been so exciting. Because that's how I got into watching the show. So back in, I want to say like August, Chris, the interesting thing about Chris is he and I are friends, but we don't live in the same city. I don't live in Dallas. So we are complete social media friends. We talk all the time, voice message, chat, everything, but we've never met in person. The one time we were supposed to meet in person was at DragCon New York, because Chris is in the Alyssa Edwards House of Edwards, which I haven't really advertised on this show. He's also in her show Dancing Queen. So this is his actual second time on Netflix. But anyway, he was supposed to come up to DragCon and work with Alyssa. And he was sick and didn't come to DragCon. And then I was sick at DragCon and left. So by the time he got to DragCon, I had already left. And it was like 2 ships passing in the night. And then it's always like, I'm going to come to Dallas. I'm going to come to Dallas. And then I never do. Anyway, Chris is, this is super awkward if he's watching, but Chris is exactly the same exactly the same as he is on the show. He's not putting on a character. He's not putting on a persona. He says everything that he says. He talks about hot Cheetos, um, turn the party, all of that. Everything he says, he's completely real. And he is doing great on the show. Obviously, completely biased. I want him to win. He's up to, so I'm going to give you everybody's Instagram count at the time that I did this. It took me about 6 hours to get ready for this live stream, but he's up to 47,000 on Instagram, which is mind blowing because I know he was at like 4 or 5,000 before all this started. Oh yeah. So back in August, I'm used to seeing Chris every day. I watch his stories all the time. He's always, not so much now, but before this show, he was always like out in the clubs and just 1 minute he's in the clubs, the next minute he's cooking salsa, and the next minute he's in the drive-thru at Jack in the Box. Super funny, and always I haven't been on Facebook in a long time, but I always see his Facebook as one of the people I see first. So around August, I noticed he had been gone off social media for a while. At first, I didn't think anything of it. And then, I said, oh my God, he is off for a while. And I said, I think I texted him, are you okay? I didn't hear back from him. I texted like a couple of other people I know that know him. And somebody just told me, yeah, Chris is okay. He's doing fine. He's doing really well. And I was like, okay, so he's not sick. I said, he can't be filming RuPaul's Drag Race. I know he does makeup, but he's not a drag queen. There's no way he auditioned and got onto RuPaul's Drag Race. I said, so I had it in my mind that maybe he had gotten a job filming something, maybe a movie or something, but I didn't obviously even know about the circle. So it was a total surprise to me. I totally, of course, forgot about it. And then what is it, like right before beginning of December, right after Thanksgiving, he just pops it up on his Instagram, and he was literally talking to me the night before about something very mundane, and then the next day he pops up, oh yeah, I'm very proud to announce I'm in The Circle on Netflix. And I was like, what is this show? And so he literally copy and pasted from Wikipedia the description of the show and sent it to me, and I was like, okay, I'll check that out. January, it'll be slow. Well, of course, January's been crazy with my channel. What I usually cover is beauty news, a little bit of drama. So we've had all this crazy stuff going on in January. It's been, and plus just all the stuff that's going on in the world. So it's been a great distraction, but it's definitely, I've had to put the time in. And another show came out that I really like called Spinning Out. Now that came out, they just dumped all those episodes at once. So I watched the first 4 of The Circle, and then when I was waiting the week for the next 4, because I was immediately addicted, like after 10 minutes in the first episode, I watched all of Spinning Out, and then I came back and watched the next 4, which are a little bit more of a blur to me for some reason. So the newer people, they're not as fresh in my mind. And then we've got the last 4 tonight. I thought there were only 2 left, but there's 4, and I've heard that there's a reunion episode in there. So that'll be interesting. I don't know if you guys have been voting for fan favorite. I think it's like, I don't have the website up here, but it's something like thecirclevote.com. But definitely vote every day for your fan favorite. Even if you don't vote for Chris, even if he's not your favorite, just vote for somebody. And I've just been posting the hell out of it and tagging Team Chris Saff. So if you have a friend or just a favorite who's on the show, show your support by posting and tagging him. It's a social media competition television show, but reality shows are also a social media competition after the filming has ended and when it's aired. So you always have to remember that. And when you want to show your support for whoever you're supporting, keep shouting them out. All right. So Chris, he's 30, the big 3-0. He is Chris. I will tell you some secrets about Chris. So he's in the House of Edwards. He's the absolutely kindest person. I've never heard him say a negative thing about anybody. Like, you could literally be like, oh, Chris, I went to Wendy's and my fries were so soggy. And he'd be like, girl, fries are a blessing from God. Girl, go get you some chips. Go to Taco Bell. And just like, he's always so positive about everybody and everything. It's really good to know somebody like that who never sees things in a negative way. And he's been it's been so much fun to watch him on this. And and I know he's excited, and all of his friends are excited. And what else can I tell you about Chris? He's actually an amazing painter. So when they had that painting challenge, I was like, I don't know if they knew this. I'm also very shiny because I didn't put any makeup on for this, so we'll just deal with that. But he's a makeup artist. He definitely, when I first started doing YouTube, I am an expert face tuner, so I have very dark under eye circles, and as you can see, because I haven't put any concealer on for this live stream for some reason, I was like perfect at face tuning my pictures, but when I started doing videos, I was like, well, I can't face tune a video. What do? I'm actually gonna have to start wearing makeup. So you see, I have tons of makeup, right? Forget it. I didn't wear any tonight. I have lip gloss on. You can't see it. Anyway, I didn't know how to I just didn't know the right way to do it. So I asked him, and he was the one who gave me my first things, other than your basic putting on lipstick and blush. So make sure you come back to my channel at least once, because I usually always wear, or check out one of my other videos, because I usually always wear makeup. I've been wearing makeup a lot for the past few months. And he is also an amazing painter. And I actually bought one of his paintings one time to give as a gift to a friend of mine. One of his, I think it was a Selena painting, and it was so cool. So hopefully he'll get some time to do some more artwork. I'd love for him to get a show or something. I mean, an art show or TV show. Oh, and he's been on TV. He was a TV presenter on a syndicated morning show that was on, I think it was like the CW, if that's what it was, but it was Channel 20 here anyway. And I know it was in like 10 cities, and he used to go on every like once a week and do like the entertainment news. He's also got his own show on his own YouTube channel, which is called, I guess, Chris Sapphire. And he had the Chris Sapphire show on his channel, and now his latest show is called it's called The Gag. He's been doing that for like a year. I think that's gonna like blow up. So definitely check that out. All right, that's Chris, and I think Chris has a very good chance of winning. I think that he's super popular on the show, and he knows this. What I'm about to say is that what he hasn't been doing during this period while it's been airing is getting on social media enough and really, really connecting with the audience and the crowd and all of that, because some of these other cast members are on Instagram Live so much. And so finally last night, Chris went on, and of course he had to do it. He did it like me, like he's a YouTuber like me. So he did in his studio with his professional audio and all that. It was a really fun live stream. So hopefully he will do more of those and keep building his audience. I gotta put some sorry, my lips are getting dry. Okay, next up we have Miss Joey Sasso. So Joey, at first, he, like they even say in an article, I think he's very like Jersey Shore. Although he's from Rochester, he seems like he's from, the Jersey, New York, Jersey. He is now at 68.1 thousand on Instagram. His Joey Sasso. He had a Twitter, but it looks like it was deleted. He's either 25 or 26. I'm not sure. What's interesting about Joey, which I only found out when I was trying to find a picture for the thumbnail, because I didn't like all the pictures that were up on the regular social media, is that Joey's actually done a little bit of acting and might have lived in Los Angeles as an actor. He has an IMDb that was deleted, but girl, I'm sorry. We all know the internet is forever. So it's still up there in the Google search. So I don't know how recently he deleted it. And also, I don't know why he deleted it, because you have other people like Ilana, who's a model, who came on as Ilana. So Joey, to me, like some of these people on this show, like I know Chris, right? So I know he's like that. Some of these people are so animated. And I'm like, are they really like that? Or are they just like really putting on a show for this show? So he's one where I'm like, how can anybody really be like this? And when you don't know somebody, whereas I know Chris, I know he is like that. And when you find out that somebody has done a little bit of acting, it puts a little idea into your head that, well, maybe they were acting. I mean, it's kind of hard to act 24/7 on a show, but people can do it. But he's very likable. He's definitely like, he's like a dude, but I don't know. I always look at the person and I'm like, would that person and I get along or not? Like, I think if I was on the show, I think I would know how to talk to him in the DMs, but if it was like a one-on-one, actual like a more of a big brother situation, I don't know. I think he's pretty cool. I think he's gonna do super well. If he doesn't win, he's gonna, he's been on one of the longest. So unless somebody gets rid of him as a threat, I think he's there. Okay, Ilana is she was the first one off. She's Ilana Duval. She's a professional model. She's got 103,000 on Instagram, but she started out with like 90,000. So she hasn't actually gained that much out of this. She's 25 and she is from Brownsville, Texas. So another Texas girl. Alana came off as very unlikable on the show, but I've watched some of her Instagram lives. Yes, I've done my own little catfishing and watching all these people's lives and stuff to kind of check them out. Alana is actually much more likable off of the circle than on the circle. So it just shows you that you really, what this show showed us, what they showed us with the catfish characters is like you can't judge a book by its cover and things like that. And then it's the same thing. We can't judge a person by how they appear on a television show, because then when we see them on their own Instagram live, they're a little bit different. They're a lot different. So I'd say I'm a fan of hers. If they have a bring back person, I know somebody gave some side eye in the comments, but I would hope that I wouldn't be mad if they brought her back. Seaburn, who's catfishing as Rebecca and has had some of the funniest scenes when he gets in the girl chat. His Instagram is officially Seaburn. I don't know why, but that always reminds me of Suddenly Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors. I always get that song in my head. He's got 42.6. I've not followed any of these people on Twitter except for Chris. I've been following forever on Twitter. But he does have a Twitter. He's 29 and he's from Boston. I thought he was from New York. He's actually done, I don't know if it's still up on his Instagram, but when I first looked when the show first started, he's done like some, he does like runway stuff, but it's like real cool dancing stuff. He seems like a real cool guy. The girl, Rebecca, is actually, that's not her real name, but she is his real girlfriend. And people were questioning it on social media. And she actually DM'd me and said, no, Seaburn and I are together. Now, I don't like, I didn't pull her Instagram up when I was getting ready for this. I didn't like see pictures of them together, but I don't see why this girl would DM me and lie. So, that's his real girlfriend. He's a riot. I think he would be so much fun to hang out with at a party. Okay, Shubham. Shubham has gone from having no presence on social media. Now he's got 53.8 thousand. He's got a Twitter, which I've never looked at. He's only 23 and he's from somewhere in California. I don't know where. But the interesting thing about Shubham, all the tea came out when I was trying to find a decent picture of Shubham. Shubham ran for governor of California when he was 22. Shubham has also done some acting in some kind of short films. His IMDb is still up. Shubham's website for his campaign is still up. And Shubham's YouTube channel from his campaign is still up. So when I first saw this, I was like, because he's another one that I'm like, how can he be so like that? Like, who is like that? But every video of him when he's campaigning and stuff, he is as real as he is on the show. So I think he is really like that. But it's just interesting that you see somebody and they're like, yeah, I'm a virtual reality tech nerd from San Francisco, I guess is where he lives. But he's also run for governor and he's also acted in short films. He seems really cool. Now, the only thing I don't like about him is that I think he's got a really good chance of winning and I really want Chris to win. So for that reason, I want him sent home. But I think seems like a really cool guy. But it is so funny how he's like, yeah, Joey and I were bonded. Like, I don't know. I'm a little more cautious, I guess, or something, a little bit harder to get to know, but he is like friends for life with these people. But he seems like a really cool guy. Okay, Sammy is like Miss Popularity of the show. Her Insta is It's Sammy with a million S's, M's, and E's. She's now up to 132,000. I think she's just going to keep growing. And she lives in Miami. She's 24 and she's originally from Philadelphia. I've been on her Instagram live where she was talking to people. She's on Instagram live a lot. She has a day job where she mentioned on the show, she works with autistic kids, I think. But she's actually, I asked her about this in the live. She actually doesn't work at a school. She works one-on-one with an autistic person. I used to work in special ed education. That is a very difficult job. So even though she's got this side of her that I like her, she's very real. She sees through people's BS. She also looks like she likes to party a little bit, but like sensibly. But to be able to work with us autistic people takes a lot of kindness and a lot of patience. I think that she's adorable. I think she's just going to continue to rise on the social media front, and I hope that she can. I wouldn't say become an influencer. I don't want to wish that on anybody, but I hope she's able to get a nice income out of her social media following and keep growing it. And she is probably going to win. I think she's very, very, very popular, but then again, somebody might take her out. I don't want any spoilers. So we're now just like 57 minutes away from the episode's launching. So we'll be up all night, all of us. Okay. Antonio is the basketball player who had the girlfriend, but are they still together? I don't know. All I know is like somebody commented about it was like somebody else's post. It was either on like the official account's post or it wasn't on mine. It wasn't on his. And I said, oh, I think somebody's like, how could he have a girlfriend? If he had a girlfriend, why did he go straight to Rebecca when he got eliminated? And I was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe they broke up. And he was like, to me, it felt like he was telling me off. And but then again, he might just be friendly, but it's just kind of weird when somebody just like jumps on you when you haven't really added them, but anyway, I'm not his biggest fan. He's already been eliminated, so he's got up to 30,000. He also seems to be like really like he's got this like that weird like Jake Paul text me thing. I'm nobody's getting my phone number. He's got merch already, so he seems ready to go. I'm not sure about his basketball career. He's originally from Delaware. And that's all I know about him. Like I said, he kind of put me up. So that's a good lesson for y'all. Just be careful when you develop your social media presence. You never know who's watching. And he kind of made me feel weird. So I kind of put him out of my mind because he was eliminated anyway. All right. Karen, who was Mercedes. Her @ is the silent celeb, which I always forget. And it's a funny @ for her because she doesn't seem like a person who's silent very often. She's at 27.4. I think that's because she got eliminated. She's actually like my second favorite next to Chris. So I'm hoping that if Chris doesn't win, I mean, she can't win because she's been eliminated, but I was hoping if Chris didn't win fan favorite that she would, although she hasn't gone. I'm judging, I'm a social media person, so I judge people by their numbers. So she's at 27.4. There's a lot of people who are higher than her. She's 37 and she's from the Bronx. I thought she was from Brooklyn. That's a crime in New York to think somebody is from the wrong borough. I love New York. I love Brooklyn. I love Manhattan, and I do like the Bronx. I haven't been there that much, but she seems super cool. I would love to hang out with her if she's watching, if she sees this, when I come up to New York. I want to hang out with you. She seems very cool. And I know anybody that gets along with Chris, I would get along with. And that little scene that they had at the end where she went to see him, that was so touching. I was crying. It was really, really good. Okay. Then there's the real Mercedes. Her name is China. And she's at lastar_living. She's at 3.7K. So it's kind of weird for these people. I think they're people that maybe auditioned, that they were like, hey, you look great. We can't use you, but we want to use your pictures. Here's like a check. But they're not getting anything out of this other than having their picture be on Netflix. So I think probably if I had been in their position originally, I would have been like, well, okay. But now, if that happened, I'd have to see how big that check was. But if it wasn't that big, I'd probably say no, because she's at 3.7, so 3,700. I don't know what she was at when it started, but maybe, I guess not everybody wants to get a ton of followers on social media, but this is the girl who's Mercedes. So, I mean, she's got that type of social media. So anyway, all right, now the new queens. it gets a little confusing for me because they threw so many at us fast. All right, there is what's her name? Randy Bananas. Miranda. I guess she goes by Randy. She's always on live. She's always on live. Is she the one that, like, she's the one who came on and then got eliminated real fast. She's the one who's always doing yoga, and she loved Adam. 45.7. That's a ton of followers. I don't know how many she went when she went in. She's from South Lake Tahoe, California. And she's 26, and she's the one that's like had kind of a rough upbringing. I have a feeling, I'm gonna say this, that she and I would not get along in person. So that's just me watching her on a show, but I wish her all the best. I know that a lot of people love her who watch the show, who are in the show. And she's already been eliminated, so what more can we say? And I don't even know why I don't like her. It's just like, you know how girls, you know how it is. Sometimes you're like, that girl and I would not be good Judies. Okay, Alex, who's Adam, he's only got 2,400 followers. He lives in, I don't know how old he is, but he lives in Los Angeles. I was on his live tonight. He's originally from North Carolina, and he also lived in New York. So Adam, the character, I've said this on his live, is a douche. Alex, actually, I thought was a pretty cool guy. I wasn't sure because of all of the weird things that he was saying on the show, but he pointed out on his live that, like, it's edited. So I think he kind of got what we want to call, like, the villain edit, but not really a villain, just like he got the douche edit. And I think what it is that Alex has a great personality and an interesting personality, and he's like a quirky guy. And he would be somebody who would be super interesting, like in a non social media setting, but or even in a social media setting. If every time on the show when he's like himself communicating with somebody, it's real. But it's so interesting when he says as Adam the things he thinks women want to hear. They all get grossed out by him. So I think he's been getting a lot of hate. I have to say, please send him some love. Give him a follow. He seems like a super nice guy. He really doesn't seem super social media savvy, but he seems very, very nice. And not everybody has to be. It depends what you want out of this experience. Like, he actually came in as a fan. He's an American, but he had watched, it started out as a show in England, and he had watched the show somehow in America and really liked it and just wanted to be on it. By the way, two things. One, I saw while I was getting ready for this that Netflix actually put out a casting call back in April for this very show on their YouTube channel, which I wasn't subscribed to. So now I am. So now I'll be getting like daily notifications from Netflix about shows I don't really want to watch, waiting for the casting call, because I will be auditioning for season 2, because I would be the greatest social media catfish. It says on Wikipedia that the show was shot in England, which makes complete sense to me because, first, it blew my mind because it doesn't look like England at all. But they used the same set as the set that they shot the original one, which is for Channel 4, which is like the cool network in England. And then the exterior shots were shot in Chicago. So that's actually kind of good. So nobody had the hometown advantage. Because if they'd just been in LA, like, you know, like Alex lives in LA, like literally probably could have taken an Uber to the set. But there's certain hints that once I found out that it had been shot in England, or wanted to confirm in my mind that it had been, because really, I mean, you can't, you know, Wikipedia. I started looking and I was like, well, I'll tell you one thing, because I've lived in England. The doorknob, they don't have like doorknobs. They have like flat doorknobs. They had those. And then in the weight room, the weights are in kilograms. I believe, I know I look like I go to the gym every day, but I haven't gone that much in the past decade. But anyway, I believe here, like, our hand weights are in like 2 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds. But over there, in the gym on the show, they're in kilograms. And other than that, all the furniture looks like it comes from IKEA. So of course we have IKEA everywhere. I was trying to look at the food and see if it looked American or not, but I think it was shot in England. Which leads me to wonder if if you get cast at the last minute and you don't have a passport, what do you do? Because first of all, it's so expensive to buy a passport here in America. And second of all, it takes a while. I had to get mine renewed after Donald Trump won the election, in case I wanted to flee the country. So I expedited that. It cost me like $180. Sorry if you're a Republican. I know this is a equal opportunity television show, although there are, anyway, let's just keep politics out of this. Okay. So then there's the real Adam. His is at EVH_NYC. He's only got 1,700. He seems to not be bothered about getting more followers. And he actually seems to be a lot less douchey than the real Adam. And I kind of feel bad for him because if people recognize him and think that he's like actually like, you know, saying those things to people when he wasn't even actually on the show, that would be a weird one. Okay, now we're into like the last minute people that all got thrown at us in like the last 2 episodes, which I watched in the middle of the night when I was tired. So we got Sean Taylor, and that's the one who's been catfishing, and she's about to tell her secret to everybody. Everybody looks shook. Of course they're shook because they don't know she's been catfishing. We know she's been catfishing. I don't know why she's doing that. Like, it's a weird move. It's a shocker. Maybe it'll keep her. Maybe it'll get her sent home. Maybe nobody will care. Maybe it was planned. I don't know. It's reality TV. It's just, it wouldn't be my move. You've got to go in and be yourself, or you got to know your character, stay in character. But I don't know. Although, remember, you reality show nuts you when Frankie Grande, Ariana Grande's brother, wasn't he on Big Brother US? And he went in as Frank, and he was undercover, and then he told like 2 of his friends that he was actually Ariana Grande's brother, and, you know, really rich and all that. And that was like a bad season because I think his grandfather died while he was in the house, and he was maybe going to leave the house. I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember it so well because I didn't really watch it at the time. But yeah, that was somebody coming out of their... That would be different, though, if you were in Big Brother and you're surrounded by these people. Like, I mean, these people on The Circle, like when they're like, okay, thanks to the chat, gotta go. Like, a bitch gotta eat, like Chris says, you're out. You can go, you can relax. But when you're on like one of these shows, like, and then Survivor's even worse, right? Because then you're like really around strangers living on a campground. And then The Amazing Race I always wanted to do, but now I think I'm past the age where I would enjoy it because I love traveling and I'm a good traveler. But I just can't be nice. Like, you have to know me. You got to know that I'm not going to be nice 24/7. I'm just not nice 24/7. It's not, don't take it personally. I got my mood. You know, like how some people, they just don't talk to me before I have my coffee. I'm a little bit like that at varying times throughout the day. So that's why I love this show. I was like, oh my God, it's like a perfect show for me because it's like literally doing YouTube in your house, but you're on TV show competing for $100,000, which in YouTube money is about 25 years worth of work. Okay, next we have Ed and Tammy Easton. That's the mother and son. I'm confused on why they're in there together. I think it's just because they did it on the English one. So at first I thought I was going to hate Ed because he just didn't seem like the type of guy that I would spend any time around. And they're from, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but I want to try to say Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. It's somewhere outside of Philadelphia. So they're East Coasters like me. And Tammy is the mom, and she seems really nice. I think it was so funny. What was she saying about emojis? She was mispronouncing emojis or something. I like Ed on the show, but I went on his live tonight, and I was just like, he's like a nice guy, but it wasn't super my cup of tea. He was just talking about, hey, all you guys come over and party and da 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 da. He seems nice. I don't think he's gonna win though. He's at 7,500 though. Some of these people that had obviously like experience with social media, they're like pretty cool, or they know what to do. Like these people that are jumping on live all the time. But some of these people are just like, they're so green with the social media, and he's like so shook to have his 7,000 followers, which is a lot. I mean, if you've gone from having like 700. Okay. Oh my God. The last person is Bill. I hate to say it. I don't remember anything about this guy. Like I saw his picture. I was like, yeah, he's good looking. I kind of remember. I don't have any like negative feelings about him. I don't even know if I guess he's still on, because the last one that got deleted, we should say deleted, social media. The last one that got blocked is Randy Bananas. So I don't know. I just really hope that, I guess out of the new people, the two that stand out are Alex, because he's been there a little bit longer, and Sean, because she's having a lot of story time. So you guys let me know. I am going to go get ready if I'm going to try to stay awake. If you have, make sure to thumbs up the video, leave me a comment. Let me know who you want to win. And I had wanted to do, like some videos on this, but it came up so quickly, and it was just too hard to do it. Plus, reaction videos on TV shows are hard because, you can't use the footage or your video will get copyright claimed. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't like going to work. Do you like going to work and telling them, I'm not going to clock in today. Don't worry. I'm not going to get paid. No, I mean, as YouTubers, we need to do content that, unless we get a sponsor for the video, we need to do content where it doesn't get claimed by somebody, because we put a lot of work in and might use 5-10 minutes, even though it's legal and it's fair use. YouTube still lets the videos get copyright claims. So I tend to shy away from doing reaction videos. Plus, I mean, what am I going to do? Be like, watch it in the corner and be like, oh my God, I don't believe it. Actually, it is kind of fun to do that. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll have to do, are they really going to pick the winner tonight, or are they going to do something else? That's what I want to know. Like, I want to know. I mean, and also, I'm sorry, meeting meant, but their fan favorite voting goes on until the 17th. So the shows come out on the 15th. That's today. So we've got 2 more days for people to vote. So keep voting. But then what's going to happen? Like, are they just going to announce online, or is there going to be an event? Seems weird. But anyway, good luck to everybody. And thanks for watching my live stream. Make sure you subscribe for more content, and let me know in the comments what other TV shows you want me to cover. I also watch Below Deck on Bravo. I have been wanting to make a video on Below Deck because there's a lot that's going on there on that show. And I haven't even watched the most recent episode. I haven't even watched EastEnders. EastEnders is a British soap opera. It's been running for like 20, 30 years. I watch it. It comes on here every Saturday. We get 2 episodes. We're 10 years behind, but I always watch it. I haven't even watched my EastEnders. It's just January's turned out to be the busiest month. But it's been really fun because usually January can be quite glum. So it's been nice to have a lot of content. And if you've been watching Spinning Out, let me know that as well. Okay, thanks. Bye.